Today I'm going to show you something that just changed everything about Notion. Notion just got a whole new brain, and it's from Google. They switched to Gemini 3. This isn't a small update. Your workspace can now think like a real person. It can plan projects across your entire workspace. It reads everything at once. Before this, Notion AI was just helping you write. Now it's actually doing the work. I'm going to show you workflows that were impossible last week, and I'm going to prove why this is the biggest Notion update ever. Let's go. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of SEO agency Goldie Agency. Whilst he's helping clients get more leads and customers, I'm here to help you get the latest AI updates. So here's what just happened. Notion replaced the engine behind Notion AI. They switched to Google's Gemini 3 Pro. And I'm not talking about a small tweak. This is a complete brain transplant. That's because Gemini 3 has a 1 million token context window. In simple terms, that means it can hold massive amounts of information in its memory. Your entire project becomes one giant thought for the AI. But it's not just about memory. Gemini 3 is a reasoning first model. That means it doesn't just spit out answers. It thinks through problems step by step. It understands dependencies. It can plan multiple actions in sequence. It can handle ambiguous instructions and figure out what you actually meant. This is what makes it different. Let me show you what this unlocks. Before Gemini 3, if you asked Notion AI to summarize a meeting, it would read your meeting notes and give you a summary. That's it. Now with Gemini 3, you can ask it to pull information from meeting notes, your Slack messages, calendar events, and comments across multiple pages. And it gives you one unified report with action items and next steps. It connects dots that you didn't even tell it to connect. That's the difference between an AI helper and an AI coworker. And here's where it gets even better. Database automation. If you use Notion databases, you know they can get messy. Before you had to manually fix everything. Now you can tell the Notion agent to scan a database, find missing fields, assign owners, and generate tasks. And because Gemini 3 understands relationships between data, it actually does it correctly. It doesn't just fill in random information. It understands what belongs where. Another big one is CSV analysis. You upload a CSV file. Before, Notion AI could barely do anything with it. Now with Gemini 3, it analyzes patterns, finds risks, pulls insights, and gives you next steps, all automatically. Now, before I show you the most insane workflow, I want to tell you about something that can help you learn even more about AI. If you want to scale your business and save hundreds of hours with AI automation, check out my AI Profit Boardroom at the link in the description. It's the best place to learn how AI can transform the way you work. Inside, you'll get access to a community of people using AI to automate their workflows, plus tons of resources to help you implement what you're learning. The link is in the description below. But here's the workflow that blew my mind. Knowledge retrieval across your entire workspace. Let's say you've been working on a project for 3 months. You have dozens of pages, hundreds of comments, Slack threads, meeting notes. You want to know what the top issues were. Before, you'd have to manually search through everything. Now you just ask, what were the top issues discussed across the last 3 months? And Gemini 3 scans everything, every page, every comment, every connected Slack message, and it gives you a real answer, not a vague summary, a detailed breakdown of recurring problems, who mentioned them, and where they came up. That's workspace level intelligence. And it's only possible because of Gemini 3's long context window and reasoning ability. Now let me talk about why Gemini 3 specifically is such a big deal. Google built Gemini 3 to be multimodal. That means it doesn't just understand text, it understands images, diagrams, and documents. So even though Notion's interface is mostly text, Gemini 3 can now interpret screenshots inside your docs. It can analyze embedded diagrams. It can read attached PDFs. This opens up new ways to use Notion AI that didn't exist before. And because Gemini 3 is optimized for speed, responses are faster. You're not waiting around for the AI to think. It processes and responds almost instantly. Now here's something most people don't realize. Notion didn't just upgrade the AI model. They also released Notion AI version 3.1 at the same time. And all the new features in 3.1 are supercharged because of Gemini 3 calendar search. Before, searching your calendar was basic. Now Gemini 3 makes it intelligent. It understands context. It can find events based on vague descriptions, Slack private channel analysis. Gemini 3 can now read and analyze Slack messages connected to your Notion workspace, even from private channels you've given it access to. CSV handling got a massive boost. Map views are smarter. The meetings dashboard now pulls better insights. And page loading is faster because Gemini 3 processes information more efficiently. All of this works together. The platform upgrade plus the model upgrade creates something totally new. It's not just Notion with better AI, it's Notion that can actually think. Let me show you a real example of how this works. Let's say you're managing a product launch. You have meeting notes from 5 different meetings. You have a Slack channel with ongoing discussions. You have a project database with tasks. You have comments scattered across multiple pages. Before Gemini 3, pulling all this together meant hours of manual work. You'd have to read everything yourself, connect the dots yourself, figure out what matters yourself. Now you ask the Notion agent one question. Summarize everything related to the product launch and give me the top 3 risks. And it does it. It reads all the meeting notes. It scans the Slack discussions. It checks the database. It reads every comment. And it gives you a clear answer with specific examples from your actual content. It even tells you where it found each piece of information. That's the power of long context reasoning. Gemini 3 doesn't just search for keywords. It understands relationships. It understands what's important. It understands what you're actually asking for. Now, let's talk about accuracy. One of the biggest problems with AI tools is they make stuff up. They give you answers that sound good but aren't true. Gemini 3 has much higher factual reliability. When it references something from your workspace, it's actually there. When it makes a claim, it can usually back it up. This matters a lot when you're relying on AI to make decisions or create plans. And the content creation aspect got so much better. If you use Notion to write, the old AI could help, but it was obvious it was AI written. Now with Gemini 3, the writing feels human. It has natural flow. It has personality. It has structure that makes sense. You can actually use the output without heavily editing it. Here's what this means for different types of Notion users. If you're a project manager, you can now automate status updates, risk analysis, and resource planning across your entire workspace. If you're a writer or content creator, you have an AI assistant that actually understands context and can help you develop ideas across multiple documents. If you're running a business, you can ask strategic questions and get answers based on all your data, not just one page. The shift from limited AI to workspace-wide intelligence is massive. It changes how you interact with your information. You're not just organizing anymore. You're having conversations with your workspace. You're asking it questions. You're getting insights you wouldn't have found on your own. So what should you do with this? First, if you use Notion, go test the new AI right now. Ask it complex questions. Give it multi-step tasks. See how it handles long context requests. You'll be surprised. Second, rethink how you use Notion. You don't have to manually maintain everything anymore. The AI can do a lot of the heavy lifting. Third, start building workflows that weren't possible before. Think bigger, ask for more. The AI can handle it now. This is one of those updates that changes the game, not because it adds one cool feature, but because it fundamentally upgrades what's possible. Your Notion workspace just got a brain transplant, and the new brain is way smarter than the old one. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about this Gemini 3 update. And if you want to learn even more about using AI to transform your workflows and automate your business, I've got something for you. Welcome to the free AI Money Lab with Julian Goldie. Inside, you'll get 50 plus free AI tools and 200 plus ChatGPT SEO prompts. You'll learn how to work with AI agents, get access to 1,000 plus free N8N workflows, and get 200 plus ChatGPT prompts. Plus, you'll get a full blueprint to generate thousands of leads free with AI. What you'll also get is a free AI community, free AI course, and proven AI case studies. The link is in the description. Go check it out. The bottom line is this: Notion AI was good before. With Gemini 3, it's actually great. It went from being a helpful tool to being an actual teammate. That's the difference. That's why this matters, and that's why you should care. Go try it out and see for yourself.